Hi, this is Mr. Evans. This video looks at cost leadership as one of Porter's generic strategies, and we're just working through these strategies here on the right hand side of the specification. So I introduced Porter's generic strategies in the last video, looked at introduced these four different strategies that Michael Porter suggests that business follow. We've got two axes: the market, the customers that we're selling to, and we can be selling to a niche market or a mass market. In other words, a small subsection within the mass market, or we can sell to the mass market itself. And the other axis is about are we selling a low-cost product, or are we selling a highly differentiated, probably more expensive product? Porter's point about this was that an organisation needs a really clear focus. If an organisation is stuck in the middle and not really sure whether it's a niche or a mass market organisation product, whether they've got a low cost or a highly differentiated strategy, if you're stuck in the middle, you're not going to be successful. That was Porter's point. So organisations need to be really clear on their strategy. And we're going to look particularly at cost leadership in this strategy. So cost leadership is the strategy of selling low-cost products aimed at the mass market. So this is quite a common strategy. We're aiming for cost leadership. A couple of examples there, and I'm sure you can think of others of your own. Well, what does a cost leadership strategy need if an organisation is to follow it? Number one, the organisation needs to take advantage of economies of scale. We're targeting a mass market. Okay, we should be selling a relatively high quantity of goods. Therefore, we need to take advantage of the economies of scale that are possible, the technical economies of scale. For a large organisation, we can afford better, more efficient machinery. We can employ really highly skilled managers. We can afford to negotiate low prices for raw materials from our suppliers, and we need to take advantage of them, because the whole point of this strategy is we're cutting the costs of production to the lowest possible point, so we can be the cost leaders in the market and we can sell for the lowest possible price. We're focusing on cost minimization, as I just said. We want to make sure our materials are as low a cost as possible. Our labour productivity is as high as possible, so we spread the workers' wages over more units of output. We're probably going to try and use technology to do that, to increase the efficiency of the workforce. We're going to want to be distributing our products at as low a cost as possible. We're constantly focusing on minimising our costs so we can be the most efficient producer in the market and sell for the lowest cost. However, we are going to be making low profit margins. If we're selling for the lowest possible price that we can, we're going to be making a relatively low profit margin. We're going to look at our costs. What's the lowest price we can possibly sell this for? And it's not going to be that much higher than our costs. Therefore, the profit margin on each unit sold is going to be very low. Maybe we're producing each unit for £9 and we're selling it for £10, or even £9.50, we're selling it for £10. Therefore, to make any decent level of profit, we need to make a high number of sales. We need to sell as many as possible. The more units we sell, revenue is price times quantity. If that price is relatively low, we need to sell a high quantity of stuff, and that will increase our revenue, increase our profit margins. Right, this is really essential and can be confusing. We've got to make sure the products are of a reasonable quality. Yes, we're selling the products for a low price, but it's not a sustainable strategy if the products are no good. Okay, consumers will quickly realise that the product is not of a reasonable quality and may well switch to different brands if they don't feel that they're getting good value for money. So we've got to make sure our products are of a reasonable quality, or else this is not a sustainable strategy. Finally, we need some sort of barriers to entry. Okay, barriers to entry are things that would stop new competitors from entering the market. We're going to be selling a relatively basic product. Okay, it's going to be of reasonable quality, but it's got to be relatively basic. We don't have loads of money to spend to create a really fancy product and differentiate it. That's not the point of this. What we're doing is producing for the lowest possible cost. Therefore, the product itself is relatively easy to copy. So we need some other form of barriers to entry that's going to stop people from entering our market. It might be that we've got particularly loyal customers, brand loyalty. That would prevent other people from entering the market. It might be the economies of scale that we exploit that a new competitor just wouldn't be able to benefit from. It might be a patent, for example, on a particular process that we use that stops people from copying that and entering this market. Either way, we need to make sure that we can protect our market share. So what are the benefits of this cost leadership strategy? Well, there's a very clear target market. We're aiming for price sensitive consumers, which is particularly effective in a recession. We're selling inferior goods. Remember, I'm not saying that the products are of poor quality. This is a term related to income elasticity of demand. If a product has a negative income elasticity of demand, it means it's an inferior good. And as incomes go down, the sale of those products, the quantity sold, rises. So this is an effective strategy in a recession when real incomes might be falling. And finally, this is a relatively unappealing strategy to new entrants. If we're doing a cost leadership strategy well, we've got a good brand image, we've got customer loyalty, we're exploiting economies of scale, we're making relatively low profit margins. Why would anyone want to enter that market? However, the product, as I mentioned, is quite a basic product. We're not spending loads of money on R&D and differentiating our product. We're selling a basic product, which means it is easily copyable. Well, it might not be that attractive to enter the market. Who knows? Maybe someone will want to come in, thinks that they can do it better than us. Maybe they've got, maybe it's an established business in another market that wants to sort of muscle in on our customers. These products tend to be price elastic, and it's difficult to raise prices. This is another issue, particularly with what's going on in the economic environment at the moment. I'm recording this in November 2017. The value of sterling has fallen since the Brexit vote. And this means that when we're importing raw materials, like say cotton, if we're making clothing, the price of cotton has increased. However, and we're making relatively low profit margins anyway, so when our costs increase, we want to raise our selling price so we can protect our margin, which is very slim anyway. But actually, it's really difficult to raise the price of your product in this type of market because the products are price elastic and consumers are extremely responsive to changes in price. If the price goes up by 10%, demand might fall by 15%. That's our definition of price elasticity of demand. Consumers are highly responsive to changes in price. So that's quite a serious disadvantage of this strategy. And of course, the low margins mean that we've got relatively little cash to reinvest or provide to shareholders. So cost leadership strategy, low cost product aimed at a mass market. If you can do it well, it's a great strategy, and there's some really good examples in the British High Street of organisations that follow this strategy well.